Aries, listen closely. The storm is coming, but remember, the storm does not come to destroy you, it comes to cleanse you. It comes to sweep away what has grown old, what has decayed, what has held your soul captive for far too long. And in the roar of thunder, in the rush of fierce winds, a brand new chapter of your life is beginning to unfold. If you are between the ages of 40 and 59, this is a destined moment, a time of great turbulence, but also a doorway leading you into an entirely new journey, one the universe has been waiting for you to enter. And now, let us go deeper to uncover the storm of destiny and the signs of transformation awaiting Aries at the age of 40 to 59. There is something we often forget in everyday life. The storm does not appear to destroy, it appears to cleanse. It does not come to take everything away, but to return to us a clear sky, a fertile ground where the seeds of the future can be planted. And at the age of 40 to 59, Aries, you are stepping right into that very moment, the moment when the universe sends you a storm of destiny. Maybe you've already felt the vague signs, a change in your work, a relationship growing distant, or a voice deep within urging you that you no longer belong to the old way of living. None of this is random. They are the first drops of rain announcing the storm ahead. A storm not meant to shatter but to strip away, not to make you lose but to make you reborn. In the wisdom of Buddhism, every great change is impermanent, it arrives suddenly without knocking. Yet it is this very suddenness that forces us to pause, to look deeply into ourselves and ask, who am I? What am I living for? And what truly holds meaning? For Aries, this is the journey of awakening, one that the universe has been preparing for years, so that now you are ready to face it. Think back for a moment. How many times in your life have you faced an event that felt like the end, only to realize later that it was a blessing in disguise? Perhaps a loss in your career, which led you to the path that suited you best, or a broken heart, which in its pain opened the door to a love more profound, more genuine. The storm never comes to steal away the light, it only clears away what is false, so the true light can finally shine. At the age of 40 to 59, you will see more clearly than ever. This is the threshold of a new cycle. The young run forward in recklessness, but you, who have gathered wisdom through many seasons of sun and storm, are now called to walk with stillness and clarity. Do not fear the storm. Fear only makes us cling to what has already grown old. Remember the Buddha's teaching on the fearless heart. Only when you let go will you discover that your wings were always meant to fly. The storm of midlife is not only about outer changes, shifting careers, family transitions, it is also the storm within. Old beliefs will tremble. The definitions of success, happiness, even love may collapse. But do not be afraid, for when the old falls, it is only to make space for a new truth, one born from your own heart, not from the expectations of others. Allow me to share a personal view. Through years of meditation and watching life unfold, I've realized this. Every human being must walk through at least one great storm, and for most, it comes exactly at this age. Because here, you are no longer a youthful dreamer, yet not old enough to fade away. You have enough experience to know what truly matters and still enough time to change, to begin again. The storm is only the alarm clock, ringing to remind you not to delay your true purpose any longer. And in the very heart of the storm, you will uncover a hidden treasure, the strength inside you that you may have long forgotten. Like a flame that only blazes brighter when tested by the wind, the power of Aries is revealed only when challenged. Trust that every difficulty ahead is an invitation to witness your own resilience. So let me ask you, as a calling from the heart, have you ever faced something sudden and painful, only to realize later it was truly a blessing? If so, share your story in the comments. Sometimes, your story may become the torch guiding someone else through their darkest night. Be brave, open your heart, because in sharing, you do not only heal yourself, you may even save another soul. Aries, prepare yourself for the storm. But instead of locking your heart and trembling in fear, step forward, lift your head and face the wind. Let it carry away all that no longer belongs to you. You will feel lighter, freer, and ready for the new journey waiting just ahead. And when the storm has passed, the very first thing illuminated will be the relationships that matter most in your life. Aries, when the storm has passed, What remains is not broken walls, but the light shining down on what truly matters. And that light, first of all, falls directly upon the relationships in your life. Maybe you once believed that time would heal everything, that if we stayed silent long enough, distance would close on its own and the wounds of love or family would fade away with the years. But the truth is the opposite. Time does not heal. Time only hides. And when the storm comes, it blows away all the dust, forcing us to face the cracks we've tried so hard to avoid. In the days ahead, Aries, you may notice certain connections suddenly coming alive again, an old friend returning, a family member you thought would never understand you, finally opening their heart. But you may also see bonds that once felt unbreakable begin to weaken, fade, and slip out of your life. This is not tragedy. This is design. The universe is simply doing its work, clearing away what no longer fits, so you can hold on to the ties that truly matter. Love, in this season, is no longer the restless fire of youth. It becomes a space for healing and for growth. You'll realize that love is not only about being together, but about protecting each other, about choosing to heal old wounds that existed long before you even met. Real love is like a candle. If you guard the flame with gentle hands, it burns long and bright. But if you grasp it too tightly out of fear of losing it, the flame will go out. Family is the same. For years, you may have left words unspoken, hugs never given, silent pain everyone was afraid to touch. But now you will feel it is time to stop, time to speak the apology, time to take the hand of someone in your family and say, I don't want to lose another day missing this love. I believe in the heart of every Aries there lies a hidden scar, a relationship that once cut you to the bone. But remember, scars are not signs of weakness. Scars are witnesses of strength. They show that you bled, but you stood back up and kept walking. And now, the universe is offering you a chance not only to look at that scar, but to turn it into a symbol of forgiveness and freedom. In Buddhist teaching, forgiveness is not about letting the other person go. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself. When you hold on to anger, you tie your soul to the past. But when you let it go, you untie your own heart. Aries, at this age, you don't have the time to carry grudges. You need a heart wide open to welcome new love, to create relationships that nourish you instead of draining you. Picture this. One evening you sit with your family. It could be a simple meal, it could be just a warm cup of tea. But for the first time in years, you feel truly connected. You smile and you realize happiness doesn't live in the grand things. It lives in being fully present, listening, and loving in this very moment. That is what the storm has come to remind you of. I want to invite you to pause and think. In your life, is there someone you've long wanted to call, to write to, but kept putting it off? Maybe it's a parent, a child, a friend who's drifted away, or an unfinished love. If someone like that is in your heart, this is the signal to take the first step. Let your comment here be the declaration. I am ready to reconcile, because someone else hearing this may be inspired to do the same. Aries, the storm doesn't just sweep across your home, it sweeps across your heart. It forces you to decide who will continue this journey with you, and who must you release so that both of you can finally be free. The answer may bring tears, but those tears will be the beginning of something pure. And when your heart finds peace again, when love, family, and your closest bonds are placed back into their rightful place, you will feel a new shift in your life. Because at that very moment, the path of career and finances will begin to open its unexpected doors. Aries, after your heart has found peace again, after love and family have been purified through the storm, you will notice something strange. Other doors in your life will begin to slowly open. And among them, your path of career and finances will appear, like an unexpected crossroad where the light of new opportunities is starting to shine. Have you ever noticed? When your inner world is put back in order, the outer world begins to change as well. When you release resentment, when you heal a relationship, suddenly your work flows more easily, new offers begin to appear. This is not random, Aries. It is reflection. When the heart is at peace, destiny unfolds. The universe is reminding you that prosperity only flows when you are truly ready to receive it, with an open heart. In the months ahead, your career may face a turning point. For some, it could be an unexpected promotion, an opportunity you once thought was beyond your reach. For others, it may mean a complete shift, leaving the old job behind to step into something entirely new. At first, you may feel uncertain, because the familiar, even when worn out, always feels safe. But remember, sometimes that sense of safety is nothing more than a golden cage. It keeps you in place, but it also stops you from flying farther. Maybe you're listening right now and thinking, I've been working for so many years, what else can I possibly change? But trust me, at this age, you don't just have skills, you have experience. And experience is the bridge that time cannot buy. It is the very thing that will carry you into new success. Sometimes, just one courageous decision can turn your entire life toward a brighter, more radiant path. Wealth in this season will also come in unexpected ways. It could be extra income from your work. It could be a gift from fate, a support, a sudden flow of money that lifts the weight of worry. Do not think of it as mere luck. In astrology, when planets shift, the energy of prosperity shifts as well. The universe is simply sending you the reward you have earned, for years of persistence and endurance. But above all, what matters most is how you see money. Money is not the enemy. It is not a god either. It is only water. When it flows, it nourishes the fields. When it stagnates, it turns into a swamp. So let money become the tool that helps you live with peace, that helps you build what truly matters, and never let it become the chain that binds your soul. Spend with intention. Invest in dreams that are real. And remember, the greatest wealth does not live in a bank account. It lives in a heart at peace. Aries, I know there have been moments when you sat in the dark, wondering if tomorrow would be enough. But the universe wants you to understand this. You have never been abandoned. The financial struggles you faced were only lessons meant to teach you how to cherish abundance. Now, after weathering the storm inside, you are ready to receive a new flow, a flow of opportunity, meaningful work, and lasting prosperity. And let me ask you as a gentle invitation, do you believe one unexpected opportunity can change your life forever? If your answer is yes, write in the comments, I am ready. Because when you declare it, you are sending a powerful signal to the universe that you are prepared to step into a new chapter of abundance. Remember, opportunities don't always knock twice. When you see one, seize it. When you hear the call inside, follow it. For in the very moment you dare to step outside your comfort zone, the universe will roll out the red carpet before you. And what once seemed far away will suddenly come near. What once slept as a dream will finally awaken. Aries, this is not just a story about career and money. It is the journey of proving that you are worthy of abundance. That after all these years of effort, after every time you stood back up from defeat, you are now mature enough not only to make a living, but to live fully. And believe me, when you open your heart wide to receive, the universe will not only bring you work and wealth, but fulfillment in every single moment. But remember this, Aries, all the riches, all the success will mean nothing if you do not find the light within yourself. And that is where we must go deeper, into the spiritual path, into the awakening of your true purpose that lies ahead. Aries, there are moments in life when we feel as if we've lost our way. We walk one road, then another. We try to please everyone. We chase after success on the surface, and yet, one night in the silence of darkness, we suddenly feel empty inside. And it is in that emptiness that a voice begins to rise. A voice not from the outside, but from deep within. It is the voice of the soul, the voice of God, the whisper of the universe telling you, it is time to come home. At the age of 40 to 59, Aries, you no longer have the patience to live a life of mere survival. Your soul is hungry to live aligned with its true purpose. Perhaps you once lost it in the chaos of daily life. Perhaps you believed that passion, faith, or connection to the divine was far away. But now, the universe is sending you signals urging you to reconnect. You may notice strange signs, a vivid dream that wakes you in the middle of the night, a coincidence repeating again and again, or a chance encounter that convinces you nothing is random. These are not illusions. They are messages. This is how God and the universe knock at the door of your heart. I believe that in stillness, truth reveals itself. When you pause, when you quiet your mind, you will hear that gentle voice. Buddha taught that the mind is like a lake. When the wind stops, the water grows still, and the lake reflects the entire sky. In the same way, when you stop chasing the noise outside, you begin to see what your soul has truly longed for. And in that moment, you realize your purpose is not a destination. It is a journey of constant renewal, constant rebirth, and returning again and again to your deepest source. Picture this: you are walking through the night without a map, not knowing where to turn. Fear rises, confusion grows, you feel ready to give up. And then in the distance, a light appears, small at first, but enough to guide your steps. The closer you walk, the brighter it becomes until you realize the light was not only out there, it was always inside you. That light is your faith, your connection to God, the whisper of the universe. Aries, trust this: you are never alone. Even when you feel lost, the Creator is walking beside you. He never promised a life without storms, but He promised that when the storm comes, He will be the boat that carries you safely to the other shore. And the universe works the same. It does not stop the waves, but it gives you the strength to stand, to learn, and to grow. Let me share a personal truth. Years ago, I believed that life's purpose had to be something great: a shining career, a loud success. But the more I walked, the more I realized the real purpose is not in what we achieve, but in whether we live true to what is inside. Sometimes, purpose is as simple as bringing a smile to someone else, as healing a wound in the family, or waking up each morning with gratitude just to be alive. Have you ever received a sign from the universe, a dream, a coincidence that made you believe you were on the right path? If so, share it in the comments, because sometimes your small story can be the great reminder someone else needs to know they are not alone. Aries, open your heart to the spiritual experiences now approaching. Give yourself the time to sit in stillness, to pray, to meditate, to speak with God, to listen to your heart. You may be surprised to realize the answers you've been searching for all along have always lived inside you. You only need to be quiet enough to hear, brave enough to believe, and humble enough to follow. And when your soul is illuminated, when that inner light rises from within, it will not stop at the spiritual alone. It will spread into every corner of your life. Your body, your lifestyle, your daily rhythm, all will begin a journey of rebirth. Aries, when your soul has found the light again, when you've heard the voice of God and the universe rising from within, you will realize something simple yet profound. This body, this everyday life, is the temple where your soul resides. And this temple, after so many weary years, is now longing to be reborn. You may not have noticed it before, but every small habit, every daily choice is a prayer whispered to the future. A rushed meal dripping with grease is a prayer for sickness. A shallow breath taken in stress is a prayer for disorder. But just the same, a simple meal of greens, a deep breath in stillness, or a slow step under the afternoon sun, these too are prayers, prayers for health, for peace, for a long and joyful life. Aries, you have endured many storms. You have fought in your work, carried the weight of family, suffered the battles of love. Your body at times became the silent battlefield that bore it all. But now, after your soul has been cleansed, it is time to return to caring for this body. Remember, the body is not a machine to be used. It is a loyal friend always beside you, no matter how you have treated it. Begin with the smallest of steps. One morning, instead of rushing to your phone, open the window and take a deep breath. Feel the fresh air filling your chest, as if God Himself is handing you another day to live. When you eat, eat with mindfulness, grateful for each bite, each sip of water. When you walk, walk as if every step plants a seed of peace in the earth. Unexpected journeys may also await you, perhaps a short trip or a longer journey. But know this: it is not just to see new places. It is a journey to expand the soul. When you stand before a distant horizon, watching the sun set in a land you've never known, your heart will feel lighter. The universe does not send you traveling to change the scenery, but to change the eyes with which you see the world. And soon you may feel the urge to change your home itself, to clear away what is old, to bring in light, plants, a painting, a candle. And as your outer space becomes brighter, your inner space will naturally open. It is reflection, the universe reminding you the inside and the outside are always one. Aries, have you ever felt exhausted, as if you had no energy left to go on? And then with one small change, a healthier meal, a steady habit of movement, a deep night's rest, you suddenly felt reborn. That was not illusion, that was truth. This body holds a miraculous power to heal. Give it care and it will return to you strength multiplied. Buddha taught that body and mind are not separate. When the body is nourished, the mind is at peace. And in the Christian faith, our body is called the temple of the Holy Spirit. So to care for the body is in itself a sacred act, a way of honoring the life the Creator has given you. And remember this, change does not need to begin with something grand. You don't need to transform overnight. Just today, choose one healthier meal. Today, take a few more steps. Today, go to bed 1 hour earlier. These small acts carried through the days will become miracles. And above all, Aries, be gentle with yourself. Do not turn caring for your body into another battle. Do not punish yourself for years of neglect. Begin with love. Look in the mirror each morning and say, I thank this body. I am grateful it has carried me through it all. When you send love, your body will respond with renewal. So I ask you this, Aries, have you ever changed one small habit and discovered your whole life became brighter? If you have, share your story in the comments, because your small experience may become the spark that inspires hundreds, even thousands of others listening right now. And soon, as your body and daily life begin a journey of rebirth, you will feel lighter, stronger, and more alive than ever before. But the journey does not end here, for once you learn to care for yourself, the universe will lead you to an even greater treasure. The balance, the peace that comes after every storm. Aries, after all the turbulence, the storms, the trials you have walked through, there will come a strange moment. A moment when you sit down, look around, and realize the storm has passed. The space around you is quiet. The wind no longer howls. The rain has stopped. What remains is a clear blue sky and a stillness that sinks deep into your heart. That is balance, the final gift the universe gives you, after it has tested you with everything. Balance is not a frozen state. It is not standing still to avoid the storm. Balance is knowing how to walk through the storm while keeping your inner flame alive. It is when you work, when you love, when you care for yourself, and yet never let anything overshadow or make you forget the most important thing, peace within. Aries, you once thought happiness came from reaching a great goal. But now you see, true happiness comes from finding the middle point, where your work does not consume you, where your family is not forgotten, and where your soul still has room to breathe. When you learn to place things in their rightful place, you will witness a miracle, joy blooming out of the simplest moments. Picture an ordinary morning. You wake up, take in a fresh breath of air, prepare a simple breakfast. Sunlight streams through the window. The laughter of loved ones echoes somewhere in the house. You sit at the table, take a sip of tea, and realize you need nothing more. That is the peace the storm has left behind. You see, Aries, the storm never came to steal. It came to teach you how to love stillness. Only when you walk through chaos do you learn to treasure calm. Only when you lose do you value what remains. And only when you let go do you see what is truly worth holding on to. In the light of faith, balance is the reminder that God has never left your side. He does not promise to quiet the waves, but he promises to give you the courage to cross through them. And when you emerge on the other side, you understand everything has always rested in his hands, from the falling of the rain to the final gift of peace. In the Buddha's teaching, balance is the middle way, neither lost in desire nor trapped in harsh denial. Only when we walk this middle path does the heart truly rest, and life itself becomes a gentle, flowing stream. And this is the message for you. Aries, live fully but never let anything carry you away. And here lies the most beautiful truth. When you find balance, you also bring balance to those around you. Your family feels the calm within you. Your friends receive the positive energy that radiates from you. Even your work becomes harmonious because you are no longer driven by fear or pressure, but by faith and by awareness. Aries, pause for a moment. Place your hand on your chest and listen. That heartbeat is proof that you are still here, still alive, still given the chance to love and to be loved. That is the greatest gift of all. Balance is not about gaining more. It is about treasuring every moment you already have. You have walked a long journey, from the storm of destiny, through the changes in love and family, through the unexpected doors of career, into the awakening of spirit and the rebirth of daily life. And now you stand here in balance, where your heart is calm, your soul is at rest, and your life opens into a new chapter filled with morning light. Thank you, Aries, for staying with me until this very moment. Thank you for opening your heart, for listening, for letting these words touch your spirit. I bless you, those of you in your 40s and 50s, to always find the light that guides you, to always keep peace in the midst of storms, and to always walk forward with a heart full of love. May you, after every storm, find a clear blue sky. And may the light of God and the universe walk beside you in every step you take.